Case is set for mention on November 24th to review the progress of the investigation. Muimi was arrested in Kilimani after allegedly defrauding aspiring recruits by selling fake enlistment opportunities, posing as a KDF brigadier. And according to the DCI, he targeted unsuspecting youth with counterfeit recruitment letters for the recruit training school in Eldoret. Detectives acting on intelligence raided Muimi's rented apartment in Kilimani, where he was found wearing Kenya Air Force regalia. Investigators seized a trove of incriminating material, including documents bearing the Ministry of Defense logo, 6 fake admission letters with identical serial numbers, 7 fingerprints forms, and a Yilmaz Defense Industry Ammunition Manual, and among other items. Now, the DCI officer told the court that additional time was needed to verify the documents, trace victims, and determine whether the suspect had accomplices. The court granted the request, instructing that Muimi remain in custody for 7 days pending further investigations.
I spoke the court. This is my first time in my life to be in a court of law. It's never been taken to a court of law because of misconduct of all wrongdoings in my life, even when I was in the military. Those documents my brother got in my house, they are only plain documents. Military this year, they were not giving any letters. It was only biometric. Those documents are from 2018. They are only plain documents. And I was just in my house, and a friend visited me, and he found me in this attire. Little did I know he was coming from a few people, who later turned to be DCIs. He purportedly told me, it's a retired copy. He had formally told me he wanted me to assist him, to try to fill those forms. At least he goes through, because I'm more senior to him. Little did I know, I didn't know that there was some skills. Because I've not received any money from anybody. Honorable Court, I've not received any money from anybody. Nobody has recorded any statement in a police station claiming that he has given me money. My phone is with the DCI. There's nobody who has sent money there. You go and do your forensic. The military came into the military police came into the police station. They assaulted. This is a military uniform. They assaulted everything. I'm the next military officer. I served up until 2018 and I left. And when I left with one of my co-but this was just like a museum. Just sometimes you just feel you were in the forces those times. As a veteran. Little did I know people were coming to my house.
Right now, listen to this other story. Still in the matters corridors of justice, followers of the Rastafarian faith in Kenya are advocating for their rights to use cannabis as part of their religious practices, citing freedom of worship and their spiritual connection with their God. Now, speaking to the media outside the court, lawyer Danstan Omari stated that the group intends to file another petition with the Attorney General to push for legal recognition of their rights. The matter has been pending in court for several years, and all eyes are now on the judiciary to determine the outcome of the case. The petitioners argue that restricting the use of cannabis in their rituals violates their constitutional rights to free practice of the religion, while opponents maintain that its use remains illegal under the current laws. Take a look.
Rastafari has been given a wrong name and they are being discriminated. A live evidence is here that taking ganja produces the best legal brains in this country. So there cannot be an argument that whatever we are pushing is contrary to any constitutional provision. The Kayas in Coast practice their culture uninterrupted. The Hindus practice their culture uninterrupted. The Merus, the Njurinjekes practice their culture uninterrupted. Yes. The Nyumba Mumbi practices their culture facing the mountain without any interruption. The framers of the Constitution provided for that there can never be discrimination, and especially negative discrimination. We are pushing, and we shall be pushing through Sharia Mtaani, the branch that we have that deals with public matters. The state has not responded since 2021. We will discuss and file another petition for people who are supposed to respond. That is the office of the Attorney General. We shall move to remove them from office.
So today we were before my Lord Justice Bahati Mwamuye for the sole purpose of seeking his audience so that Rasta can be liberated from the shackles of stigmatization, the shackles of victimization for their belief in their culture and for their practice in the culture of Rastafari. So Rastafari Society of Kenya is a duly registered association, society registered under the Societies Act, registered in the year 2017. They have been there championing and standing strong for the rights and fundamental freedoms of Rasta. As we speak, there are certain laws passed in the year 1994, before the promulgation of the current constitutional dispensation, that continue to victimize Rasta, continue to frustrate him, and continue to act as a bulwark and a prevention for Rasta in enjoying their freedom of worship.
Right now, let's talk matters politics. And DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has intensified his campaign outreach in Mbeere North constituency, urging residents to support Newton Kariuki as the next member of parliament in the upcoming by-election. Speaking at Kageri Shopping Center and Kiandu Market in Dakwa Ward, Gachagua cautioned voters against intimidation, coercion, or bribery, emphasizing the importance of exercising their democratic right freely. He urged residents to stand firm, uphold their values, and vote for the candidate of their choice. The former deputy president also warned that mismanagement of national affairs, embezzlement of development funds, and extrajudicial killings could contribute to the political downfall of the UDA party on the 27th of this month.
UDA imekufa haijakufa? Mutaizika siku gani? Mazishi ni ya lini ya UDA? Wangapi wanasema UDA imekufa? Sasa UDA imekufa, si ndio? Si UDA imekufa. Bwana yake amewachwa, alikuwa anaitwa Ruto, si ndio? Na watoto Sabrano, Roku, Karinda, Mudhende, watoto wale wamewa. Sasa na kina Jagagwa, si hao watu wote ya UDA. Sasa wale wanajua siku ya mazishi, wainue mkono. Hii mazishi kwa sababu ni kubwa, tunataka ianze mapema. Saa ngapi hii mazishi ya UDA? Si ndio? Tarehe 26. Si vijana wa area iko? Wale wa kuchimba kaburi. Vijana mko? Kaburi mtachimba tarehe ngapi? 20 ngapi? 26. Alafu asubuhi tunataka ikifika saa 2 saa 3 tumalizane na mazishi ya UDA. Si mimi nilitangazia nyinyi? Tumefungua hoteli ya Kasongo na Soprano na Ruko na Karinda na Mudhende. Alafu hoteli si tumefunga sasa. Sasa tulisema ndovu hawezi zikwa na nini? Na pembe. Ingolewe pembe alafu izikwe. Sasa pesa ya Kasongo watu wamekula, Kasongo amenyolewa. Kasongo anyolewa sinyolewe? Kasongo anyolewa sinyolewe? Lakini sasa tumefika baada ya kukula pesa ya Kasongo. Hata ile wataleta mchukue. Lakini kura ni ya nani? Ni watu wa Mbeere. Na muhegeshwe inywe. Unajua hii Kasongo hajui watu ya Mbeere. At least Karinda anamjua kidogo. Ni kujifanya anajifanya amesahau. Simulimkataa. Simulimkataa Karinda. Anajua Mbeere ikiamua imefanya nini? ile mtu haelewi watu ya mbele ni huyu Kasongo.
Now, DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has come under sharp criticism from allies of Deputy President Kithure Kindiki in Meru following remarks perceived to belittle the people of the region. Speaking to the media during a public event in Meru, the leaders castigated Gachagua, warning that such statements undermine political unity and disrespect the local community. They reaffirmed their commitment to drum support for the government.
Wakati ule kijana kutoka kwa Kalenjin, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto akatembelewa na Mungu na malaika Gabriel. Akamwambia kwamba angalia Wameru, gusa Wameru wainuke. Wakati umeinuka ndio tunaambiwa kwamba serikali ni mbaya. Ni mbaya ama ni nzuri? Ni mbaya ama ni nzuri? Inakuwa ni mbaya kwao kwa sababu wao wako na stima, wao wako na lami, wao wako na maji, wako na hospitali.
Wenyewe ni washuhuda, mumeona kazi zinaendelea. Na ndiposa nawaambia wale ambao siku hii wanatuambia mambo ya rais walikuwa katika kazi. Hao watu wakiulizwa kile ambacho wamefanya katika Meru hii, kuna kitu ambacho kinaweza patikana? Na wamekaa katika serikali kwa miaka miwili. Wengine wamepatiwa nafasi kama mawaziri, wengine wakapatiwa nafasi kama naibu wa rais, lakini mtu akitembea kona yote ya taifa hili anaenda anasema sijui nimetumwa na watu wa mlima, pokeeni salamu ya watu wa mlima. Afikiria kwamba wananchi wote wa taifa hili walimchagua. Sababu kama Meru amepata, wakati ambapo Meru amepata ndio wakati serikali imekuwa mbaya. Wakati Meru amepata ndio wakati serikali imekuwa mbaya. Tutashikilia Mheshimiwa Profesa Kithure Kindiki wakati huu, na mwaka wa 2027 wachaguliwe tena, na mwaka wa 2032 hapo sisi tunaenda namba 1 katika taifa hili la Kenya. Ama namna gani?
Tumesema tutaunga His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto mkono, tutamsapoti mpaka tuone atamemaliza tamu yake, na tunatarajia kijana yake ambaye ni Deputy President Professor William Kithure Kindiki ate ni yeye president ambaye atachukua baada ya William Ruto. Sisi kuna watu wanataka kusema ati wanatarajia wachukue hiyo kiti ya deputy. Sisi tukiwa wa Meru, tukiwa Mount Kenya East na Kenya kwa jumla, tunataka kuunga Profesa Kindiki mkono na serikali ya president.
Kuna watu wanazunguka wanasema tumeingia kusikiza ground. Wewe unaingia kusikiza ground na uyaieleza ulikuwa unafanya nini miaka miwili? Hapa hii barabara ya nini? Yua MC alikuwa ananiuliza kweli itaundwa? Namwambia anafikiri hiyo kwa sababu serikali ambazo zimepita asiyaifanya jambo lolote, ili hali watu wamekufa hapo kwa hiyo bridge wengi sana.
Now, the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has announced that Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen will be summoned to Parliament next week to address persistent delays in the issuance of national identity cards. This follows growing complaints from residents across northern Kenya who say they have waited months without receiving their vital documents. Speaking in Hagadera, sub-county Fafi Ward, the Speaker expressed concern that despite President William Ruto's directive scrapping the vetting recruitment for ID applicants, many citizens were still unable to obtain IDs within a reasonable time frame. The Speaker said he would require the Interior CS, under whose docket the National Registration Bureau falls, to explain the cause of the delays and outline measures to ensure timely processing. The Speaker reassured residents of Garissa, Mandera and Wajir that they enjoy equal constitutional rights and must not face new or informal obstacles in accessing national identification cards.
Wamezungumzia mambo ya vipande. Mambo ya vipande. Rais alitoa amri na tukakubaliana kule bunge kwamba Mkenya yeyote akienda kupata kipande hapa Northern Kenya na kwingine hakuna masharti yoyote na hakuna malipo. Tumeambiwa masharti haiko, lakini vipande inachelewa kuja. Mimi naenda kuita kwa bunge au wabunge wetu, mheshimiwa ambaye anasimamia vipande Kipchumba Murkomen akuje, tumueleze, ahakikishe kila mtu akiandikisha kipande isichukue zaidi ya wiki 2 kipande kufika hapa. Na hao wabunge wetu wote nitawaitia Murkomen next week ili mumuulize maswali mbele yangu aweze kusaidia wananchi vile wananchi wanasaidia kwingine, kwa sababu hapa Northern Kenya, hapa Fafi, hapa Garissa, Wajia na kule Mandera, kila Mkenya ana haki kama Mkenya mwingine yeyote kupata kipande, ili kipande msaidie kupata kazi ya serikali. Rais William Ruto amesema hakuna pahali popote katika Kenya itaachwa nyuma. Hizi area za Northern Kenya ambao mlisahauliwa kwa mambo ya barabara, kwa mambo ya maji, kwa mambo ya usalama, kwa mambo ya masomo, kwa mambo ya matibabu, sasa imepewa kipaumbele. SHA inasaidia kila mtu. Barabara ya lami inajengwa kutoka kule Isiolo mpaka itafika Mandera kurahisisha.
All right, moving on, the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, that is the IBC, in partnership with the Raymond Omolo Foundation under the Kenya Youth Association program, has launched a grassroots registration drive aimed at enlisting young people as voters across informal settlements. Now, speaking during the ongoing exercise in Pandiperi, that is Osaka, and that is within the Suna West constituency. Officials noted that the significant number of young people, particularly those as known as Gen Z, do not possess national identification cards or voter registration documents. The officers attributed this to the limited awareness among the youth regarding the importance of obtaining an ID and a voter's card. They emphasized the need for continuous civic education to encourage Gen Z to participate in democratic process. Despite the government under the leadership of President William Ruto removing key barriers that previously hindered the acquisition of IDs and voters' cards, many young people expressed frustration with the registration officers. Now, authorities in Nandi County have issued a stern warning against the illegal brewing of busa, urging residents, particularly the youth, to desist ahead of the upcoming cultural festivities. Now, speaking to the media, local officials emphasized the dangers associated with the unlicensed alcohol production, including health risks and potential legal consequences. They called on the community to adhere to licensing regulations and support efforts to maintain public safety during the festive season. Residents expressed appreciation to the National Authority for the campaign against alcohol and drug abuse, that is NACADA, for launching a 5-day sensitization campaign aimed at educating the community on the dangers of illegal brews and promoting responsible alcohol consumption.
For the boys not to engage in taking alcohol. We can have the initiation process and the cultural activity moving from boyhood to adult or to the big man, and not necessarily engage in drinking a lot of alcohol. And as we are aware, during this festive season, in the camp area where initiation is taking place, during the leisure time, there will be culturally, it is a period where preparation of busa is taking place. But we urge the cultural rights as they are, but we urge the local and the residents that they should engage in the cultural rights but refrain from taking alcohol. And once they are within these initiation camps, we understand that It is a cultural right to engage in taking alcohol, but they should be informed that they need to be licensed. They need to be licensed and to get a permit to prepare the cultural brew. So it is also an important session. NACADA will do that sensitization, and we join them during this activity.
All these ceremonies are alcohol is involved. So we are here to talk to our people that we can do these ceremonies without involvement or indulging in alcohol and drug abuse.
NACADA team has come at the right time at this season of initiation taking place, and we have children at home, so it will be of good to sensitize the public so that they will not allow the children to consume the alcoholic for initiation period.
This is quite a blessing. Please, when we come to you, or whatever time that will be coming there, please give us an ear, listen to us, and let's help our youth and the people that are plagued by this disease in our society.
We call upon the young people to come out in large numbers for this campaign that will be here for the next 5 days. And we really thank the government of Kenya, to the Office of the County Commissioner and the DCC, and also the NACADA team for thinking of and coming up with a campaign that we engage the young people, the larger population of Nandi County.
Right, moving on, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, that is the EACC, has launched a nationwide anti-corruption awareness campaign targeting university students ahead of the World Anti-Corruption Day. Now, speaking at Kirinyaga University, EACC Vice Chairperson Dr. Monica Mwiru said the initiative aims to instill values of integrity, accountability, and discipline in young people who are soon expected to join the job market. Dr. Mwiru emphasized that beyond arresting and prosecuting corrupt individuals, the Commission is strengthening preventive strategies that promote a corruption-free society. She urged university students to develop digital innovations capable of combating emerging forms of corruption, including those involving in offences and other online systems.
We aim at involving the youth in promoting a culture of integrity. It envisions a collaborative building a future of transparency, accountability, and normalizing ethical behavior.
Enjoys a long-standing and productive partnership with Kenya in promoting transparency, accountability, and good governance. Our collaboration with the ACC and other stakeholders reflects a shared commitment to strengthening institutions that serve the public interest and uphold the rule of law. This year's campus edition is particularly inspiring. Its objective to empower youth to actively engage, advance transparency, and unite against corruption could not be more relevant. Young people are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the change makers of today. Your voices, your ideas, and your actions are essential in dismantling corruption and building a culture of integrity.
Comrades out there, and I know we are many. We are 500,000 strong. And you're watching this. We encourage you to have integrity in your studies. Don't be tempted to take shortcuts, because shortcuts is what leads to corruption. We urge you, hard work pays, honesty pays, and as you are honest, you build trust. And once you have a trustworthy community, you will be a happy person. And it is doable. It is doable to be trustworthy and to be truthful in what you do.
I want to thank the EACC and the CLIF for hosting this event in our institution. We are a very good institution in terms of integrity. We embrace it in our classes, in whatever we do, daily activities, and it has been instilled in us as students. So we also want to urge the Gen Zs out there that let's help in fighting this corruption. Let's help in fighting this menace, which has been with us for quite some time. I know we present the change that can help us to fight this menace. So wherever you are as Gen Z, as a student, as a youth, please let's embrace change. Let's fight corruption that the university has put in place.
Right, 100 young champions from the Ekineji village in Siana location that is in Narok West have graduated from the 6-month community change program, an initiative aimed at empowering learners during the long end-of-year school holiday. The group, comprising of 40 boys and 60 girls, marched through the local trading center in the celebratory procession before receiving their certificates. The graduates expressed renewed hope for their future, crediting the program with equipping them with the knowledge and confidence to transform their community. Now, the training, conducted once a week, focused on key social issues affecting children in the region. Participants were taught about the importance of ending early marriages, eliminating female genital mutilation, there's the FGM, and preventing child labor for those under 18 years.
Today we are graduating a total of 100 graduates. That is 60 members of community change, and we have 40 members of national positive parenting from Siana location. From the national positive parenting model, it is a model that equips the parents and caregivers with the good nurturing skills and how they can mentor their children and bring up the children at the household level. National positive parenting is a government-led program, and we are doing it collectively with the Department of Children's Services from the national government. Actually, the graduation has come in time, and this time we know that we have several children in schools. Schools have closed, and the children are with the parents. So we are graduating 100 champions. The champions are child protection champions in the community. They will ensure that the children who are at home now are being mentored and encouraged so that they don't be lied to. They don't get to the peer pressure. They don't misbehave during the holiday, so that when your schools open in January, all girls and boys will report back to school, and the community itself will be a safe space for them as a champion to take care of a child, to take care of that girl who is to be married off, to take care of this young boy who is being told to go and take care of cattle while others are in school. So that's some of the important things. At the time we are doing it now, we are targeting children who are at home, and it is not only now that children are at home. This is a continuous process when they are at home and in school, just to ensure that the Maasai community, the Mara area program remains a safe space for children where they thrive, children can enjoy, they can go to school and interact with people. And when they see adults, they see them as caregivers, they see them as their parents, and they see them as people who can protect them, but not people whom they see that will affect them or do things that will affect their lives in future.
Nasema asante kwa wale wote waliosoma na wale wote wamekuwa pamoja kwa hiyo muda ya miezi 6. Imekuwa muda, lakini tunaomba ile masomo mmepata muende mkae na masomo, muende muelimishe wale hawajakuja, juu tunapanga wengine wakuje ili tuone kama tunaweza toa wasichana wetu katika ndoa za mapema.
Imetufunza vile tunajua kuongea na familia. Mimi nikiwa nimeuza ng'ombe yangu moja, naleta kwa meza, tunaongea kama familia, tunasema tufanye hii mradi kupitia familia yetu. Hapa wali watoto walikuwa wanaenda kama tu asijui, kwa sababu hawako wanafaa wakiwa wadogo wanatembea uchi, lakini sasa hivi vile tulifunzwa, tumejua vile watoto wanafaa na ile chakula inafaa wakule. Kitu ingine imeleta umoja kwa familia, hasa kwa familia yangu mimi.
Right, moving on, Changamwe sub-county in Mombasa County is witnessing growing concern over the vulnerability of local youth to criminal gang activities, as experts warn that exclusion from economic and social opportunities pushes them towards crime. Michael Nato, Director General of the Haki Kenya, a human rights and youth advocacy organization, said that when young people are left out of the programs that could secure their livelihoods, they are more likely to become involved in criminal activities. Nato urged local leaders in Changamwe to actively engage youth in economic empowerment initiatives to protect them from such risks.
Mimi ni mwanaharakati wa shirika la Haki Kenya ambao mimi ni director pale. Na leo tumepata fursa kuja katika kongamano la usalama ambalo linaleta pengine washikadau tofauti katika jamii. Inaleta maofisa wa serikali, maofisa wa ngao, maofisa katika sekta ya usalama, the civil society, vijana, walemavu na wananchi wote kwa ujumla, ili waje wazungumzie masuala yao. So leo mimi nimealikwa kama civil society member kutoka hapa Changamwe, na kuna mambo kadha wa kadha ambayo nimeobserve ambayo yanaleta utomvu wa usalama hapa Changamwe. Kwanza, amani kwa aina mbili. Kuna ile positive peace na negative peace. Ile ambayo imekithiri zaidi hapa Changamwe ni negative peace, kwa sababu ni absence to violence. Lakini tensions ziko kwa sababu sasa kuna ethnic mobilization, makabila yanakuja pamoja, na wezi jua pengine wanakuja hivyo kwa sababu ya siasa, lakini it could escalate pengine into terrible scenes. So pia tumeona kwamba hii ni sub county ambayo vijana wengi sana hawana ajira. Workshop. Vijana pia tumeona ni rahisi sana wa wanasiasa. Wale huwa aspiring for office na wale already in office. Wengine wanawatumia vibaya tu kwa sababu wako idle. Na tumeona wakati sana pengine kuna functions, huwa kuna a lot of violence pale inatokezea, na ukifuatizia utapata pengine kuna mtu who paid for it ama vitu kama hizo. So as part of the recommendations tumesema kwanza hawa vijana wanafaa wawe engaged. Wengi tumeonelea kwamba kumbe pia na wana ideas kuhusu vile wanaweza kuboresha maisha yao, na the more they become busy, the less pengine violent they shall become. So hata ukiangalia katika sheria vile inavyosema, hata section 9 ya the County Government Act ya 2012 inapatia yule MCA nafasi ya kukutana na kuconsult wananchi wake mara kwa mara. Lakini nimeobserve hapa Changamwe hakuna MCA anafanya kulingana na hiyo hitaji hilo la kisheria. So viongozi wote ambao wako kwenye viti, ingekuwa pengine wanafanya kazi kulingana na vile sheria imewapatia yale majukumu. Kama ni mbunge, article 95 inamguide vizuri kuhusu role yake ya representation, role yake ya oversight, role yake ya legislation, na tutaanza kupata maendeleo. Lakini
All right, now let's get sporty. And the Harambee Stars suffered a crushing 8-0 defeat at the hands of Senegal in an international friendly held at Madan Stadium in Turkey on Tuesday, November 18th. The heavy loss comes after the Kenya's national team also fell 1-0 to Equatorial Guinea in their previous friendly, while Senegal had recently lost 2-0 to the Brazil. Now, both sides approached the match with frustration, eager to find form ahead of major continental tournaments. Senegal preparing for the African Cup of Nations, that is AFCON 2025, dominated from the opening whistle, while Harambee Stars are under coach Benny McCarthy, who is building a team for AFCON 2027. The match opened at a high tempo with Senegalese forwards, including Sadio Mane, applying relentless pressure. Harambee Stars goalkeeper Baron Ocheng made an early crucial save to deny a dangerous attack, forcing a corner. However, Senegal continued to control the game. The scoring began in the 9th minute, while when Nicolas Jackson struck, giving Senegal a lead. Now, just 3 minutes later, Malik doubled the advantage, followed immediately by Jackson again, making it 3-0. Sadio Mane added a 4th goal in the 17th minute, leaving Harambee Stars stunned. Despite the sporadic defense interventions from Kenya, Senegal maintained dominance throughout the first half, signaling serious concerns for Harambee Stars as they seek to rebuild ahead of future competitive fixtures. All right, thank you so much for keeping us company until this particular minute. It is exactly 33 minutes past the top of the hour. You've been watching EBN Prime Edition. My name is Martin Macharia. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Laura Mondi. Do have yourself a lovely night, and as always, let's do this again when God says we do.